Let's be real. Luck is not a strategy, and waiting to be discovered, that's not a plan. So today, we're going to talk about building the ultimate blueprint for your creative career, a proven, step-by-step way to actually turn your passion into a real profession.
Look, you have the talent, you've got the drive, you've got the passion. No one's doubting that. But here's the real question, the one that trips so many people up. Do you have a plan? I mean, so many brilliant creatives get stuck in that whole starving artist story simply because they're missing a clear strategy. Think of this as your map.
So our first step on this journey, it's all about getting the lay of the land. Every great adventure needs a map, and your creative career is no different. You've got to understand the world you're about to step into.
And this is not about homework or, just reading a bunch of boring articles. Think of industry research as your radar. It's how you stay relevant, how you spot the new opportunities, like emerging tech or totally new ways of doing business. And, just as importantly, how you avoid getting left behind.
So how do you actually do this stuff? Well, it's about total immersion. Yeah, listen to the podcasts, scroll through the social media chatter, but you've also got to get out there. Go talk to people, show up to the gigs, the festivals. You're not just watching from the sidelines, you're becoming a part of the whole ecosystem.
And as you can see, the creative industry isn't just one big thing. It's this massive collection of all these interconnected worlds. Everything from music and film all the way to design and software. So the very first question to ask yourself is, where do I fit into this big picture?
I just love this quote because it really captures the vibe of the creative world, right? It's not some cold corporate machine. It's a community that is literally buzzing with energy, connecting these huge international ideas with a real local passion. It all comes down to making connections.
And speaking of connections, that brings us to this really important word, stakeholder. Now, this isn't just some boring corporate jargon. A stakeholder is literally anyone who can help you move forward. Could be your boss, a collaborator, a mentor, even a business partner. Your job, then, is to figure out who these people are and start building those relationships.
Okay, so we've mapped the outside world. Now it's time to turn inward. Section 2 is all about planning your personal growth. This is where you actually forge your own unique blueprint for success. Because let's face it, a great career is built on purpose. It's not just stumbled upon by accident. And goal setting? It's so much more than just wishful thinking. It's a really powerful strategy that can turn a fuzzy, vague dream into a sharp, focused tool for your own growth. It gives you motivation, sure, but more importantly, it gives you direction. So how do we make sure our goals are actually effective? We use the SMART framework. This is a super well-known process for creating goals that you can actually achieve, that you can measure, and that you can track. It's pretty much the architecture of your personal blueprint.
So let's break this down real quick. A goal has to be specific, no fuzzy wishes allowed. It's got to be measurable, so you actually know if you're making progress. It has to be achievable, it should stretch you but not break you. It needs to be relevant to your big picture vision. And finally, it absolutely has to be time-bound, with a clear start and a clear end date. This structure is what turns "I want to be a better musician" into a concrete, actionable plan. All right, we have our map, we have our plan. Now we're at what a lot of people think is the toughest part of this whole creative journey, mastering the art of feedback. This is all about facing the critics so you can forge stronger work. And you know what? Let's just sit with this for a second. Getting criticism is hard. It can feel really personal. It can sting. And just acknowledging how difficult that is, that's the first step to getting over it and learning how to use feedback as the powerful tool it's meant to be. Think about it like this. On the left side, that's our gut reaction, right? It feels like a personal attack, it's emotional, it's just discouraging. But on the right side, that's the professional reality. It's an evaluation of the work, not of you. It's objective, and its only purpose is to be a tool for growth. Making that mental shift, it's an absolute game changer. So, let's completely reframe this. Feedback isn't just about finding what's wrong. It's really a gift that has a ton of purposes. It gives you a new perspective, it offers specific advice, it can even build your confidence when it's positive. And ultimately, it accelerates your growth faster than pretty much anything else. But who do you even ask? Well, you really need a mix of different perspectives. You need mentors, for their wisdom and experience. You need peers, the people who are right there in the trenches with you and who get your current challenges. And you absolutely 100% need your audience, the very people you're trying to connect with in the first place. Okay, you got the feedback. Now what do you do with it?
Our final section here is all about turning that feedback into real action. This is how you build a repeatable cycle of continuous growth for yourself.
And here it is. This is the engine of that growth, the continuous improvement cycle. It's a super simple 4-step loop. First, you plan based on the feedback you got. Then you do the work. Then you check your results, and finally you act by tweaking your plan. Then you just repeat the whole thing. This is how you get better, systematically.
Let's make this super real. Say you're a songwriter and the feedback you got was to improve your melodic variety. Okay? So the action steps are crystal clear. Analyze a few songs from a different genre every week and sign up for one songwriting workshop. The resources and the timeline are all defined. See? This isn't some vague wish anymore. It's a real, actionable plan you can make for literally any creative goal.
And please, remember this. Your plan is not carved in stone. It's a living document. As you get new results, as you get new feedback, you have to adapt it. The whole point is to always be moving forward, and that requires being flexible.
So, let's just quickly recap the blueprint we just built together. First, you map your world with research. Second, you plan your quest using those SMART goals. Third, you learn to face the critics and use feedback as the tool it is. And finally, you walk the cycle of plan, do, check, act to turn all those insights into real action.
So there you have it. We've given you the map, we've given you the blueprint, and the tools. The only question left is the one you see right here. Your journey has a map. So, where are you going to go first?